we are now in verse 33, and Jacob has sent gifts to Esau as peace, to try to make peace with him, let him know that he's coming. And during the night, while he was waiting for his gifts to go to Esau, he had wrestled with an unknown person, a man. Some say it was an angel. At the end of my previous video, I did discuss a little bit my thoughts on it. I'm kind of torn between it, but Jacob, in the end, he said he saw God face to face. So he wrestled with God. In effect, he wrestled with God. So here we are in chapter 33. Now Jacob lifted his eyes and looked, and there Esau was coming, and with him were 400 men. So he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and the two maidservants, and he put the maidservants and their children in front, Leah and their children behind, and Rachel and Joseph last. And then he crossed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. But Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted his eyes and saw the women and children, said, "Who are these with you?" This kind of reminds me, it's not 100% exactly the same, but it is about restoration and forgiveness. But it reminds me of the father of the prodigal son who had left. And he was, when the prodigal son went back, he was very humbled. He acknowledged, the wrongs that he did. And so he humbly went back to his father. And before he could even, apologize to his father is throwing his arms around him and kissing his neck. And Esau did the same thing here. Esau was definitely wronged by Jacob as far as the blessing goes, and Jacob was being humble as well. So there is some restoration on the relationship here, and Esau was ready to take him back. So he said, "Who are these with you?" So he's we do that. If you don't see somebody and they come with their kids, well, who is all this, And so Jacob said that he said, "The children whom God has graciously given your servant." Then the maidservants came near, they and their children, and bowed down. And Leah also came near with her children, and they bowed down. And afterward Joseph and Rachel came near, and they bowed down. And Esau said, "What do you mean by all this company which I met?" And he said, "These are to find favor in the sight of my Lord." But Esau said, "I have enough, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself." So he's saying, he's being very gracious, right? And Jacob said, "No, please, if I have now found favor in your sight, then receive my present from my hand, inasmuch as I have seen your face, as though I had seen the face of God. And you were pleased with me. Please take my blessing that it is brought to you, because God has dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough." So he urged him, and he took it. Then Esau said, Let us take our journey, and let us go, and I will go before you. But Jacob said to him, "My Lord knows the children are weak, and the flocks and herds which are nursing are with me. And if the men should drive them hard one day, all the flock will die. Please let my Lord go on ahead before his servant. I will lead on slowly at a pace which the livestock that go before me and the children are able to endure until I come to my Lord in Seir." Okay, so he's saying, we've got a lot of little ones here, and they just can't keep up. And Esau said, "Now let me leave you with some of the people who are with me." But he said, "What need is there? Let me find favor in the sight of my Lord." So Esau returned that day on his way to Seir, and Jacob journeyed to Succoth and built himself a house and made booths for his livestock, and therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. Then Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Paddan Aram, and he pitched his tent before the city. And he bought the parcel of land where he had pitched his tent from the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. Then he erected an altar there and called it El Elohe Israel.